YouTubers. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make quarter window moldings. Takes a little bit of work, takes a little bit of patience, but the overall effect of it is pretty cool when done. So it's just that extra detail. So now, I don't know what size these strips are because they're not in a package anymore. But what you do is try to make them a little longer than what you normally need, because we're going to put them in here. I got the quarter windows installed. So we need to go from the distance here to here. And the best way to do that is to eyeball what you're going to need and cut 3 pieces like so. And then the hard part is I'm using Pro Weld, but when you go to put these on, we're going to make a sandwich. Basically is what we're going to do. It's how we're going to get the rubber seal. Well, the effect of a rubber seal. So when you put these in here, you overlap it. I'll try to zoom in here, see what so it gives you an idea. It's overlapped. So I'm going to grab some Pro Weld, and we're just gonna touch it. Make sure our overlaps are good. Doesn't matter if you get any on the other piece, because we're gonna be sanding that down eventually. You'll see what I mean in a bit, but give it a little bit to react. This way you don't go grabbing it right away and you leave a fingerprint in it. That's the hardest to get rid of. So we'll turn it around. We'll get this side. This way it sucks right underneath with its little action that it does. And then the next piece we need to line up with the outer one, like so. So again, eyeball it, make sure they're even, because this will help when you go to sand later on. I'll show you that part when we get there. So okay, she's flush with the outside piece on the other side. So give her a little bit and hold it on there. Pay close attention that it's not closing, because you need this little seam in here, a little opening. So okay, there's that one. We'll flip it around. We'll get the other side. Make sure it's down. And there, we have a sandwiched piece here. Try to zoom in as far as I can. You can see a little valley in there. That we need. So we'll zoom it back out. Next step, once this sets up, you need to get your distance for the opening for it to slip in. The reason I have this ridge here, so it slips over the quarter window and you have a place to glue it. Be able to go in place when you're done. Now, excuse me, I already have a piece that I believe is cut to the right length, so I'll grab my tweezers and slide some of this stuff forward. So we're going to see just where we're at. Yep, that's fairly close. I already cut one to length. Now, what you have to do, this is the tedious part. This is where patience needs to come in. Because as you look, it's like a really wide molding. Now, that's a little wide for our scale here. So what we're going to do is grab tweezers, hold that lip that you made, because that's the rubber seal replica, and just slide it back and forth on here. Try to leave a little ridge in there, because I'll show you how to fix that. So you go ahead and sand away. I use the tweezers because it's a small piece, and the easiest way to hold on to it instead of sanding your fingertips, right? How many's been there and done that? So we got a long ways to go. Now don't worry if it's sanding on an angle, because we can flip the piece around and do it that way. You know, at least you can level it out. But what we're doing is taking down the thickness of the width, because it wouldn't look right. It looked definitely out of scale. So let's go ahead and spin it around. Try not to sand in the same spot on the sanding stick here, the foam fingernail board. I never do. I try to move it back and forth, because you'll wear out a spot. I try to make it even, if that makes sense. So there's that. A couple more here, and then we'll check it out. Don't go to town. Don't go 90 miles an hour trying to sand it. Take your time. Believe it or not, you'll find your pace. Okay, so we got her sanded down quite a bit. So what I like to do next is grab my photo etch blade and slip it right inside there and start cutting it. This is how you're going to make that little area deeper. So when you sand away more of the width, you get this cut out so you don't lose it. It's kind of hard to, do a straight cut. So if you have a little valley in there, it makes it nicer. There you go. Yeah, it just made it a little deeper. And the photo etch blade here is the width of the Mylar that I'm using, so I know it'll slip right in. So just make sure your cuts are straight, not a lot of pressure. I don't know if you can get these photo etch blades still. I'm pretty sure you can through X-Acto, probably their website. To make sure you're cutting flat in there, we'll go ahead and check the other side. Yep, it's fairly close. So that's pretty good there. Yeah, it's down quite a ways, so we can sand it some more. And what I like to do when I'm done with these is make sure it's cleaned up. I like to put bare metal foil on it. BMF. Bare metal foil. Go inside and clean the ridge up a little bit, the little burrs. This way when you go to slip it on the quarter window there, you don't have a burr sticking out, it just looks tacky. What you can do is turn this around so you have a flat side in there, so you make sure it's all cleaned up. And yep, this piece will work really good. Now what I got to do is I got to put an angle on the top because of the way the roof is, because I want it to fit in there tight. So let's see, make sure we put it in the right way. That's the right way. It goes that way. So you want to put a little angle so it follows the contour of the roof. This way the piece will slip right in. We're also going to sand the molding area down so it's not so thick. Make it about half that thickness. And when you're done, when you have the piece all where it fits perfectly, everything looks nice, what you can do is you can foil it at that point. Now I have the one side done. I didn't add the black to it yet, but we'll give you a look-see here. There it is without the window weather seal for the door glass there. And there it is. Yeah, once I add a little paint to it, a little black paint, it'll stand right out. Then you'll see that it's not really as wide as it actually probably looks right now. So I'm just waiting for it to set up because I just glued it in there before I started this video. So we'll give that a look-see here and see if it's dry. I'll add some semi-gloss black paint to it to, well, replicate that door glass seal, weather seal. So let me go ahead and check that over. I'll throw some paint on it and we'll check it out. Just another little how-to tip there, you know, just a little extra detail. Takes patience, you know, it's going to take a little bit of work to do, but you know what, in the end result, you're going to have a decent looking piece on the shelf. And it's going to get noticed because a lot of these kits do not come with corner windows. So it's a nice little added detail there too. Now the tip I wanted to give you too, the weather seal lip we're replicating, the one I'm going to paint black, I left a little gap in there. I thought about making a door glass for it and bringing it up about, you know, a quarter of the way. You can use that to hold the glass too. Just gives you some points to hold it, and makes it really cool. Makes it stand out. So give me a little bit, and I'll come back and show you how it looks with some paint on there, and you'll probably agree it should look pretty good. So give me a little bit, and we'll be back. Okay, we added some acrylic semi-gloss black, and we'll give you a look-see here, see what you think. Yeah, that little black strip really helped out. I touched it up and did it really quick, so. But no, overall, looks really good. So, and I also did the inside too, so. When you look through, it's not like seeing a chrome strip and it's black on the outside, so. But, that's how you do that one. Hopefully you like the added effect here. Really adds to it, really does. Alrighty, well, I'm going to conclude this video. And well, I hope I helped somebody out there with a little extra detail, and we'll catch you on the next one.